What is good, everyone? I am back with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be giving you my first impressions over the brand new Hailey King HAWKEYE. The HAWKEYE first released in the Halo plastic, which is going to be Hailey King's Tour Series disc, as well as it's a brand new disc to the end of a lineup, which has a lot of people asking, how is this disc flying? Before we get into that, let's get into the flight numbers. Innova has this disc coming in at 7.5-1.1. So a little bit slower speed fairway driver with a lot of glide and minimal turn and fade. But you can probably bet that the Halo plastic is gonna add a little bit more stability, giving it a little bit more fade. The disc is a little bit pop top, at least the two that I got. Typically, I like my discs a little bit flatter, but overall, these are feeling really good in the hand. And I'm actually really digging the stamp that these have on them, especially if you get a gold stamp. Really, there is not a lot to say about the overall appearance of the disc, how it feels. Feels like a pretty normal fairway driver, feels very comfortable, and if you like Halo plastic, you can't really go wrong with how this thing is feeling in the hand. Let's get to why you're actually here, and that's to see how this thing is flying. I pretty much spent a full day with this disc, throwing it around on the courses and on the field, and overall for me, I think this is such a perfect hyzer flip disc. It really can't handle any wind, but in a tailwind, I really think this thing is going to shine, and honestly, I think it's going to go pretty dang far for a slow speed fairway driver. In this clip here, there is a little bit of a wind, but you can see how much hyzer I'm putting on this disc, and it flips straight up to flat. And like I said, there's a little bit of a right to left, so you don't get any turn out of it really here. It almost is trying to, and you can see it fade pretty minimal in my opinion, considering how high of a line I had the disc on. Then throwing it the opposite way, I had a pretty mediocre headwind. Automatically see I put it on a lot of hyzer, and it just flips up and kind of just rides. I will say that it did not roll, which is a good sign. Even in a headwind, I mean, obviously it took off right, but it didn't roll, and it had enough stability to still kind of fight out of it, which is a good sign. When the wind died down a little bit, I put it on another hyzer, and it just absolutely flipped up and went absolutely dead straight. A little bit of a lower line, so it didn't really have a finish. It honestly just finished on that straight line that I put it on, which is a super sweet flight. I actually love that. And finally, on a flat release, again, the wind is pretty minimal now. The first two shots, it was kind of heavy, and then the last couple, not a whole lot of wind. Throwing it flat, maybe a touch of anhyzer, but relatively a flat angle, and the thing just kind of takes off to the right. Once again, not rolling. You can still see there's some stability there. That's actually pretty awesome. I'm glad that it just doesn't fold over. That's kind of what I was worried about when it first came out of my hand. But you can definitely see that it doesn't roll, and it actually lands flat, which is what you want, because you don't want any sort of cut rolls. You want the disc to have enough stability to land flat, no skips and no cut rolls. That's pretty awesome. Like I said, this is a first impressions video, so I've only had like a full day with this disc, but my first impressions is it's an amazing hyzer flip disc. Depending how steep you have that hyzer, it's gonna go dead straight, and if you're throwing it really hard, you're probably going to put it on a hyzer still and kind of watch it flip up, ride a little, and have enough stability to flatten out at the end. Right out of the box, I thought this was going to be a tad bit more stable due to the plastic, due to the flight numbers. What I will say is that it does impress me, the fact that it's not completely folding over like in that headwind or the last throw I had with it. Even when I have it on a flat angle, it rides right quite a bit, but there's that stability there that it's not rolling, and I think that is so cool. It was kind of unexpected, because right when I threw that shot, I thought that it was gonna just topple over, and it didn't. It kind of, it held it, and then it kind of fought out of it at the end, which is pretty cool. Definitely, I'm gonna leave it in the bag for a little bit longer, or maybe forever, we'll see, and try to get to know it a little bit better. But right now, I'm pretty impressed with the disc, and I do think you can get some pretty good distance with these. Just put this on hyzer and watch it glide, and it'll have enough stability, I think, to come back. But that is kind of my first thoughts of the disc. If you ended up getting one, let me know in the comments what you think about it. And if you don't have one, I hope this video helped you. Maybe you want to go buy one, or maybe it's not the disc for you, or whatever it may be. But that is all I have for you guys for this video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go follow ChasinChains_ on Instagram, where I post there daily, and we'll see you on the next one.